because sometimes you think that when you're going through the worst of times, that means you're disqualified. But the Lord wanted me to write down a few things just to let an individual understand that because these things may be happening to you, that don't mean you miss your moment. All these things qualify you for your moment. Hallelujah. I know we already shouted, we already did all that stuff this morning already. I just want to get some information to somebody this morning so you understand. All these things qualify you for your moment. If you ever feel hopeless, you're qualified. Pain, you're qualified. You're set back, you're qualified. Tears roll down your face, you're qualified. You're ridiculed, you're qualified. You go through lack, you're qualified. You go through sickness, you're qualified. If you ever been rejected, you're qualified. If you experience loss, you're qualified. You experience faithlessness, you're qualified. If you have tough times, you're qualified. If you've been misunderstood, you're qualified. If you've been betrayed, you're qualified. If you've been abused, you're qualified. If you've been hated, you're qualified. If you've been broken, you're qualified. You experience failure, you're qualified. You've been forgotten, you're qualified. You've been talked about, you're qualified. If you're stepped on, you're qualified. All these things qualify you for having your moment with God. Now, I want you to understand that what your moment is. Your moment is when divinity meets humanity and shatter every plan of the enemy and build your life back up. I don't know if you understand that. Your moment is when everything is packed up against you and you decide to give up and God step in and annihilate the devil and the demons and the witches. So if you think that the devil and the demons and the witches have taken precedence over your life and that you're in a state of hopelessness, then you have it wrong, because the God that I serve sent me here to tell you on this Sunday morning that you will have your moment. No sickness, no disease, no thief, no backbiters, no liars, no betrayers can stop you from having your moment. Hallelujah. They can't stop this. Tell your neighbor, they can't stop this. Devil, you can't mess with me. Oh, you can't mess with my moment. You can't mess with what God called me to do. My blessing is tied up in God, and it's not wrapped up in man. And devils and demons can disqualify me. But God, in the fullness of time, is going to open up the windows of heaven and pour me out a blessing I have room not enough to contain. Hallelujah. You are excused, devil. It's my moment. It's my moment. It's my